Once upon a time in Superman's downtime, he had had a really busy day, fighting crime and all, saving the world and all. And he was super tired, and it's a little known fact that towards the middle of his career, just when things were getting really good, and just when name recognition and the branding and the lunch pails, it was all really flowing. And he had a little dog, because he was a little bit lonely, and so oddly enough, and he kept this very hush-hush, because he felt like it didn't really flow with the other parts of his image, he had a really small toy poodle. And he loved this little small toy poodle so much. But as with any dog, he had to walk it. So he came home after this long day of crime fighting, and he's still in his tights and his cape, and the dog really needed to go out. And even a very small dog, maybe especially very small dogs, you really need to take them out when they really have to go out. So he's like, okay, I'll leave the cape on, I'll leave the tights on. And so he walked out, and they have a dog park right outside where he lives. And so he's sitting there, he lets the dog run off to do his thing. And all of a sudden, over the fence, a car swerved out of control and blew through a fence and landed square on his precious little dog. And Superman who is usually very good and very upright, something snapped inside of him. And he was surprised, and it was absolutely not a conscious thing, but he ran over to the car and he grabbed the car and he split it in two with his hands. And he shook the person who was inside of it out. And he was really sorry, and he was totally afraid, because obviously Superman had just split his car in two and was holding the two halves of it. And all of a sudden, something strange and very un-Supermanish came into his mind, and he almost wanted to throw the two halves at him. Because he was in this rage. He was so mad and so sad about his dog. And obviously, the man ran away, totally petrified. And Superman caught himself. He saw what he was doing, and he dropped the two halves of the car, horrified. And he went back up into his apartment, and he was sad about his dog. But he was more sad because he had no idea that kind of stuff was inside of him. And he took off his cape, and he said he was through. He hung it up, and he sat back. And over the next few weeks, word got out in the crime community, and crime just skyrocketed. And Superman was caught in this huge crisis because he was thinking, am I evil? I mean, do I have to call somebody up and get a whole new costume? And go over to the other side? Do I have to start becoming a crime lord? And so he just sat there completely consumed by grief and confusion. And after a few weeks, he got a phone call. He got a phone call from his grandma, and his grandma said, so, are we having a bit of a vacation? His grandma could always tell it to him just right, just straight. And he said, no, I'm not really having a vacation, but I think I might have chosen the wrong field. I think I'm actually probably evil. And so he told her the whole story about what had happened and his dog and splitting the car in two and about almost killing somebody. And she said, sweetie, that happens to all of us. Deep inside all of us, maybe we don't split a car in two, but we all have the capacity for really good things. And we also have the capacity for really bad things. We can do mean things to people that we love. But she said, the point is what you do next. So get back into that costume and go out and do what you know you need to do. And from then on, Superman fought crime with a reinvigorated purpose. And he always knew, and he felt liberated because he knew he didn't have to be only good. It's this whole other part of his life, and he ended up getting another dog, a bigger dog, because he was liberated from the small dog mentality. So I invite you all to rise in body and spirit. Join in our next hymn as we sing the kids out to class.